I felt my daughter's hand slip out of mine as I stared at the two women standing in my cabin doorway, Sarah and Michelle, my ex-wife's sisters, the ones who'd testified against me in court, the ones who'd called me unstable. And now they were holding legal papers, their faces a mix of pity and defiance, telling me I didn't own this place, that I never did. "Dad?" Emma's voice was small behind me. "Why are they here?" I couldn't answer, because 6 months of my life, 6 months of hope, was crumbling right in front of me. 6 months earlier, I was making the biggest mistake of my life, and I had no idea Emma was 8. We lived in a cramped apartment that smelled like curry and failure. That's when I saw it. A foreclosed cabin, 40 acres. Starting bid, $30K. I could see our future there. I should have seen the trap. "Dad, can we really get it?" Emma asked when I showed her the listing on my phone. Her eyes lit up the way they used to before the divorce. "We can try, sweetheart." I bid every penny I had, $47,000, my entire savings, my daughter's future, all on one desperate gamble. When that gavel came down, I thought I'd won. I had no idea what I just walked into. We visited once. Emma picked her bedroom. I should have noticed the property records were wrong, but I was too busy feeling like I'd finally stopped failing. We'd come back in spring to move in properly. The cabin would wait for us. Except it didn't. When we drove up that April morning, I noticed the smoke from the chimney first, then the curtains in the windows. My stomach dropped. Squatters, I thought. Some drifters who'd broken in during winter. Then Sarah opened the door. "Marcus." Her voice was flat, not surprised, like she'd been expecting me. "What are you doing here?" My hands clenched into fists. Emma pressed against my side. "We need to talk." Michelle appeared behind her sister. She looked uncomfortable. Good. They'd moved in during February, they said, because the cabin was theirs. Sarah's words hit me like punches. Illegal foreclosure. Clerical error. The auction was fraudulent. The cabin was never mine. "That's impossible," I said. My voice shook. "I have the deed. I paid for this place." Sarah handed me a folder. "These are the documents. Patricia's lawyer filed an emergency motion. The foreclosure was reversed. You bought a property that was never actually for sale." The papers blurred in front of me. My chest felt tight. "Dad?" Emma tugged my jacket. "What's happening?" "I don't know, baby." But I did know. I knew exactly what this felt like. It felt like losing again. That night, Emma cried herself to sleep in a highway motel. I sat in the dark, staring at those papers. One name kept jumping out. Patricia Hendricks. Why did that sound familiar? The foreclosure filing from 2 years ago had the bank stamp. The auction was run by the county. Everything had been legitimate. So I thought. I felt like I was drowning. Again. I called a lawyer the next morning. The lawyer I could afford gave me 2 words. Years and maybe. I didn't have either. Then he showed me a signature on the reversal documents. David Morrison, Kelly's boyfriend. The ground disappeared. I drove back to the cabin that afternoon. Sarah was alone on the porch, drinking coffee. "Patricia Hendricks," I said. "Who is she?" Sarah looked at me for a long moment. Then she sighed. "She's David's aunt." Was his aunt. She died last year. David's dead aunt? He inherited her cabin, faked the foreclosure, and waited for me to buy it. Then he took it back. He wanted to watch me lose everything twice. She set down her coffee cup. The ceramic clanked against the wood. "Michelle and I didn't know. Not until after we moved in. He handled everything. But when I saw your name on the original auction papers," she shook her head. "Kelly doesn't know either. David told her the foreclosure was legitimate." "So what now?" My voice cracked. "You just keep it? My money's gone and you keep it? The property legally belongs to Patricia's estate. That's us and David." But she looked uncomfortable. I think David targeted you on purpose. I think he found out you were bidding and made sure you won. Why would he want me to win if he was just going to take it back? I need to talk to him, I said. David lived in a house with columns and a circular driveway. I parked my truck next to his BMW and knocked hard enough to hurt my knuckles. He opened the door in a polo shirt and khakis. Perfect. Smug. Marcus, I wondered when you'd show up. You set me up. He smiled, didn't deny anything, just said, prove it. And even if you could, Kelly will never believe you over me. She never did before. My fist clenched. One punch. That's all it would take. But then I thought of Emma. What would I tell her? That I became exactly what they said I was? I turned and walked away. David's laughter followed me to the truck. The lawsuit took 3 months. Sarah and Michelle testified. The auction company folded immediately. They'd been duped too. I didn't get the cabin back, but I got something better. But I got my money back, plus damages. Enough to put a down payment on a different house. Smaller, closer to town, but ours. Emma's bedroom has yellow walls now. Last week, Sarah stopped by with a plant, an apology she didn't need to make, but did anyway. We planted it in the front yard. A maple tree that'll outlive both of us. I used to think winning meant getting everything back. The house, the respect, the life I lost. But watching Emma read in her window seat, her face lit up by afternoon sun, this is what winning actually looks like. It's smaller than I imagined, harder earned, and for the first time since Kelly left, I'm not waiting for someone to take it away.